Live. I think we're live. We're
We're
live.
live. Hello, folks. Bill and Brian with Energy Rogue. Brian, roll the logo. Hey, Brian, those pesky Russians are at it again. Feel like sometimes we're watching a 1960s cartoon.
well, the the strategic nature of what countries are doing. We're not going to dive into that, but it's interesting to see. So they announced today. They announced today that they were going to cut how many barrels
500,000 barrels a day beginning in March.
and how much have they been producing?
So that is roughly 5% of their 10 million barrels a day that they've been producing if they're continuing to produce like they produced prior to when they stopped reporting.
Okay. And if you watch till the end of this, we're going to tie this back to how this could push us back into triple digits and maybe even back up to 150. It's not due to Russia though. That's the hook. So,
No,
So
there is too much. Let me sum up.
let's sum up.
so let's take a quick look. We'll start with price. And obviously, this week has been a very bullish week. After last week, we tumbled off. It seems to be approaching this 81.29, but there's been a lot of headways on economy. But let's take a look at Russia. So this is data from the EIA, which stopped in October of 2022. So we get a significant lag on this production data. And with this production data in October, they were producing 10.2 million barrels a day. Their 5-year max at this time was 11, which is pretty near their max output total. And let me actually take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is their max. Let's go all the way back. That's their max from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the data reporting. So if we take a look at this, 10.2 million barrels a day, 500,000, that's a lot of barrels.
It's 5%
Now,
of their production, but only one half of 1% of the world production.
yes, that's correct. But
The
that
world
is a lot
production
of
is roughly
barrels.
100 million barrels a day.
So here's what the Bears are going to say. Well, that's great. We added 100,000 barrels last week. We're at 12.3 million barrels a day. We keep growing. So let's take a quick look at this. And for those watching that this is your first time, this on Energy Rogue for $89 a month, you can have access to 150 interactive charts so that you can go into these fundamentals. But if we take a look at the oil production, yeah, we've been growing a little bit, but what does it take to grow that 100,000 barrels? Do you know, Bill?
Brian, you have to factor in decline. And so when we look at the decline on the U.S. oil production to date has been around 600,000 barrels a month. And so you have to add, to get 100,000, that means you have to add 700,000 barrels a month. And that's using old math, not new math.
Well, let me qualify that. 600,000 barrels a day of decline for every month. Every month, we will decline by 600,000 barrels a day. A lot of people don't understand too much about hyperbolic curves. And this is a document from the EIA that talks about hyperbolic curves. This one goes into North Dakota and Williams County. Basically, if you start with new production in month one at 780 barrels a day, by month 12, you're going to have 225. So you are going to lose 500,000 barrels in 12 months if you do nothing, if you don't poke another hole or you don't juice it up with compression or anything like that. This is coming out of the ground. That's what you're going to get. Do you have any
Well,
thoughts on
with
that?
Yeah, with crude oil, we don't have to worry about compression because it's not going to, you don't compress crude oil. That would be with natural gas. So the decline curve would be different. On crude oil, that pretty much is it, unless you have some way to stimulate the well. That would
Yep.
be the only way you would do that, is some sort of well stimulation. But the bottom line is that it doesn't come on and stay flat.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
So that's essentially what we discuss with people all the time. We have calls every day. As a matter of fact, you can click down below. You can book a meeting with us for 30 minutes. We are going to review Energy Rogue with you and see how it can help your business. But we have these discussions every day with people that are looking at the market saying, well, we've grown from 11.9 last year to 12.3. Well, what that means is we've continually had to add 500 to 700,000 barrels a day every month. So if that tapers off, if producers, because of lower prices, bear in mind 2023, we're at lower prices than 2022, rigs have been increasing, they may not increase anymore. And people, if they reduce rigs, we're going to have a decline problem that is going to catch up with us in a big way. Or said a different way, that 12.3 in 1 year could look like 9 if we stopped everything right now.
And the other thing is that no matter what we do, any reduction of rigs is going to have that decline catch up with us.
So back to your point,
Yeah.
Bill, 600,000 barrels a day every month that we're declining. Yes, we are growing by roughly 660,000 barrels a day. So yes, we are growing, but it's taking almost 7 times the increased delta to get to that level. So
Right.
that's what we wanted to cover today. Bill, do you have any other thoughts on this, or should I discuss anything? Or
I think, we talk about the fundamentals a lot, and we talk about the how the technicals affect it. But a lot of times there's stuff that just comes out of the blue. You never know exactly what China's going to do or Russia's going to do. So the only thing I would do is,
But watch out for in your ear.
yeah,
that's our warning. Now, folks, we are not financial advisors. We can't provide any of that. But what we are saying is that it's never simple.
Nope.
And there's always something else affecting it that you have not thought of. So give us a call. Let's talk about it, or connect with us below on the email, or however you want to get to us. Pony Express, Telegraph,
So what we have down
no
there,
singing telegrams. That did not go well.
We don't have. Yeah, I don't want a singing telegram, but down below is an email that goes to Bill and myself, and our website, as well as a link where you can book a meeting directly with us. So if you want to talk about something, if you want to learn more about Energy Rogue, just book a meeting with us. So we're here for you. And I think that's all I had.
That's all we got today.
Okay, so happy Friday, everybody.